Today I'd like to explain the basics of how markets work to the lens of economics from what I've studied till now. So first of all, economics, the basic assumption is that each person has utility, each consumer has a utility that they want to maximize. Now what exactly is utility is whatever the person actually wants to have or consume or just to possess it. Uh, for example, it might be living a comfortable life, a general amount of money that they want to have, health insurance that they want to have. Each comes inside their own utility. Now, utility is more of a broader term. It isn't limited to specific capital or specific things. It is anything that the agent or the person actually wants to have or they can have. So, good thing about capital is that basically everyone wants to maximize their own utility. So let's say that you want to have a basic services that you would want to that you like to have, and there are people who wants to have basic capital and they want to earn money. So both their utility are kind of intersecting at specific kind of service, and people like to provide the service so you can have a better life, have more services, and they can also profit from their utility. So overall this kind of loops keep repeating itself, and it tends usually to increase overall value in the overall society. Now the amount of resources that there actually are different. Okay, there are some resources that are finite, although with knowledge people can argue that there are infinite amount of resources. There are indeed some kind of resources that are finite, and each and to and for your own utility you would have to have something to actually acquire the resources, and that would be a cost. The cost is not just in the sense of amount of money that you pay for it, but rather the whatever you give up to acquire a specific thing, that is the cost of the entire thing. For example, a ticket a ticket might cost less amount of money but require you to stand 6 hours in a line to get it, versus a ticket that is more expensive than another one but you can get in 15 minutes. So the overall cost of the 6-hour ticket one is in fact more than the one which is more expensive but requires you less time to have. So that is another thing. Now each utility requires a specific kind of cost to have. Now another one of assumption of basic economics is about firms. Now firms are any kind of entity. It can be a person, it can be an entire organization who wants to maximize their own profit. So they can maximize their own profit in multiple ways. Uh, so firms get paid or they acquire their profit from the unique benefits or services they provide to the entire society or people, the other customer or consumer, whatever there is. So like uh, a take example as superstar player. Okay, so any kind of person would want to have that kind of player. So the person is kind of a firm which is providing a specific kind of value, which is his unique talent that he has for the sports, and that will help him acquire more capital. Now the more scarce the place and more demand for the value there is, the more the overall value that the firm or profit that the firm can acquire from the place. Okay, now there is also this thing called the superstar effect, basically in which there is a specific kind of resource that you have or acquire, and what basically happens is that even if you are just a little better than the overall competition that is there, you can acquire almost all the profit that there is. It's kind of like winner takes all effect. For example, there is all of you might use WhatsApp. Okay, so WhatsApp, there can be many applications that works even better or like WhatsApp, but there's very less chance that you like to switch to WhatsApp. Well, why is that? Because most of your friends are also on WhatsApp, and if you the main feature of WhatsApp is so you can talk with or chat with your own friends, and if they are on another app, so why do you go to that? And that is harder to acquire. So the cost of acquiring this specific resource, which is the network that WhatsApp possesses, is what actually distinguishes and helps the firm, which is WhatsApp, acquire more profit. Markets also have one more property, that they tend to self-stabilize. Let's say that you want to buy a specific kind of service, but its price is too high, its cost is not something you like to pay. So what you can basically do is just go to other competitor who are giving it lower price, or just not take the service at all. And if the firm wants to maximize their profit, they would have to pick it at a price in which you would also buy the thing. And by that, the price will go where there is an intersection between the firm can also have make profit and you can also benefit from it. Although in real life there can be more nuanced situation, but that is the basic principle of how this thing actually work. So all the overall lessons of here is the market do not reward the one who works the hardest or do anything. The essential first principle is that the market rewards or the profit goes to the specific firm which allocates the best amount of resources to the to where the sub to the demand is in abundance and the total value is there scarce. So you provide something that is actually scarce there. For example, water is very cheap and diamonds are actually rare, and diamonds are way higher price than water. But remove diamonds from earth, we would have little harm to us, and remove water from earth and we would have catastrophic errors. So it isn't about really uh, anything else other than value creation allocation at scarce resources. So the basic principles comes out of this, that the market overall creates overall value, higher value for the entire society. Market rewards value creation to whatever is scarce resources or goods. Prices are used to allocate resources, and prices usually self stabilize themselves. If there are more values, individual can have options to choose to use the service or go to another service. That's all. I also like to talk about two of my own assumptions. One is that it's usually the market is not generally rewards only the unique talent, but it's kind of a specific combination of circumstance or consequences that happens to a person or specific firm that makes them where they are. There are many different people who might have equal talents, but because of some other reasons they might not have gotten the specific kind of allocation. So it not because only because of their own value. There are entire circumstance that are controlling the profit that they can maximize. It's not limited to one specific attribute. Now, the second thing that I would like to explain is the market not has to self stabilize. It usually does, but it doesn't necessarily have to. There can be monopolies in which there is a resources which you have to use, you really want to use, you really need to use, and it's also scarce. There are no competition for it. There is only one person, so they can set the price at anything you want, and you would have to buy them. So these are the two assumptions that I like to clarify.